One of Mayor Parker's first actions today in her new role will be swearing in the city's new police commissioner.
Kevin Bethel, as we mentioned, replaces Danielle Outlaw, who left the position in the fall. As you heard earlier, safety is a top priority for a number of Philadelphians as well as local activists. CBS News Philadelphia's Waukesha Bailey is live in our Great Hall with one of those activists who's seen the impact of gun crisis and violence in the city. Waukesha.
Yeah, good morning, Jim. Janelle, you know, Kevin Bethel will be sworn in later this afternoon, and he's got a big job ahead of him. So joining us this morning is Pastor Carl Day, who is a pastor as well as a city activist. How are you this morning?
I'm well. I'm blessed. I can't complain at all.
You know, Pastor Carl Day, we've seen you out, you know, on the front line working with so many youth, and you also have several grassroots organizations yourself underneath your umbrella. In the next 90 days, what are you hoping to see from Cherelle Parker as well as Kevin Bethel?
In the next 90 days, I hope that, man, that's a loaded question, but in the next 90 days, I would like to see both of them actually, you know, come, even though I know that they're familiar with community-based organizations and nonprofits, I think that I would love to see them, you know, host gatherings, come through and, you know, visit people's spaces, bring, you know, organize and bring events together that would bring about these nonprofits, learn more about what, you know, they're all doing, and Commissioner Bethel, you know, bring police captains and officials together as well in the community, connect them with the community-based organizations if they don't have the relationships, figure out, you know, not only how they can protect but also serve those organizations, see how we can really forge those relationships, fortify those relationships so that we can best serve our community and also, you know, reimagine public safety together.
Now we know Kevin Bethel, he's served within Philadelphia for at least 30 years in the police leadership role, and you've worked with several leadership, police leadership roles yourself. Can you tell us, you know, is it important? And he's also from Philadelphia, and Cherelle Parker said that's one of the priorities. Is that important to know the lay of the land?
It's super important. I think that, you know, it's essential to know the lay of the land. I do think Commissioner Bethel has that experience with youth. Is coming fresh out of that, you know, that realm of the youth, which is important. Have a great understanding of the city, but I do think it's essential. You know, it's something that's important. I think that the last commissioner did a good job, even though she wasn't from the city. I think she built some things up that was important. We've seen some of this stuff drive down, so I think that focusing on what really works and has been working is important, but also Commissioner Bethel provides his own level of expertise, understanding the climate and the culture of teens and schools and students, and just being able to provide his insight, you know, because there's a difference between just patrolling and knowing an area, but also knowing the youth. So he can provide that, and I think that it will be beneficial.
Yeah, let's talk about the youth. That's one of your missions. I know you go around saying, you know, you want to take one block back at a time. And you're working with young people, young and older, young individuals. How important is that?
I mean, to me, it's the most important thing. You start talking about trying to understand public safety. We have to invest in our young people. You know, that's going to be the future generations and decades, the immediate decades that this city's going to have to face. And you can't reimagine public safety or take care of public safety without reaching them, empowering them, equipping them with the tools that they need. So we work with teenagers, 12 to 17. We also work with young men, 18 to 25. So we believe that area, that age group is the most important, because if you don't reach the youth and invest in the youth, they'll become the young adults that will end up, you know, either sustaining and helping the community thrive or bringing the community down. And 18 to 25, you know, we transform their lives, pay them, put them on a pathway to succeed, run businesses, do what they need to do, because they're actually the most influential to the young, to the 12 to 17 range. So if you want to see better teens and you want to see teens make better decisions, you got to reach the demographic that actually influences them, you know, so.
Well, you know, Pastor Carl Day, when we're talking about crime in the city, we're always talking about it, how it needs to be better, and we're also holding our city leaders accountable for that. Can that change? Is this something that is going to change overnight?
No. As much as I hate to say it, I mean, God can do anything. So, first and foremost, but I don't see it changing overnight. I see it being a consistent, gradual change, and I know that we still were a little over 400 homicides last year, down 20%. I think that it takes collaborative effort and an impact. I think that the support for the community-based organizations have to be there. I think that you increase the support financially. You incentivize community and push the community to actually support its community-based organizations, because the same way the police need assistance from community to help them solve crimes, help them solve murders, help them solve any crime for that matter, your community-based organizations need the community to help and come outside their doors, and hopefully with some of it driving down, it casts some type of hope to people, so that people would know that, hey, like, we're here to help. What we're doing is working. Just come on out, volunteer, come on out and make sure you bring your children to what we have, because a lot of organizations are hoping that parents would keep their children consistent in the program. And so, it's going to take all of us. And I really believe that, like, we can do that, and there's no reason not to believe that we can't go down even further.
Thank you so much for being with us this morning and for sharing your insight. And Pastor Carl Day is going to hang out with us, and we'll talk more to him in the next hour. Sending it back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Akeisha. Appreciate it. And a reminder, you can watch today's historic inauguration of Philadelphia's 100th mayor, Cherelle Parker. We'll carry the entire ceremony live on our streaming service starting at 10 a.m. We'll also bring you Parker's inaugural address live on television. That will begin shortly before 12 noon.